You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. Good evening, I'm Chris Palermo, and here is what's happening. A fast-moving fire tore through a home this afternoon, collapsing the roof and leaving behind heavy damage. Here is what News 25 knows so far.
Destructive house fire broke out shortly after 1 p.m. today, severely damaging a residential home and leading to the collapse of the roof. Firefighters responded quickly, but the flames spread rapidly, causing extensive structural damage and prompting an ongoing investigation. The blaze occurred at a single-family residence off of Dandelion and Rainbow, just south of Highway 160. According to officials, 2 people were inside the home when the fire started. Both the individuals managed to escape safely and did not sustain any injuries. Emergency medical personnel evaluated them on the scene, but no hospital transport was necessary. Also inside the home at the time of the fire were 6 dogs. 5 of the animals were located and rescued, but 1 remains missing. Firefighters and animal control teams will continue to search the property, but as of now, there is no update on the missing dog's status. The fire quickly engulfed the upper levels of the home, and the roof eventually gave way under the intensity of the flames. Fire crews battled the blaze from multiple angles and worked to prevent it from spreading to nearby homes. Fortunately, no neighboring structures were affected, and there are no reports of injuries among residents or firefighters. Due to the severity of the damage, officials have not yet been able to determine where or how the fire started. The cause remains unknown, and the fire investigators are expected to return to the scene to conduct a more thorough assessment once it is safe to do so. At this time, the fire is being treated as an active investigation. We will have further information for the public on tomorrow's newscast.
More news now. The woman arrested in connection with Joey Perry's murder may not be as involved as investigators first thought. Nevaeh Miller appeared in court today, and KPVM TV was there for the details.
Nevaeh Miller appeared in Judge Foley's courtroom today for her preliminary trial. During the hearing, District Attorney Keith Brower called Nye County Sheriff's Office detectives John Toll and Wesley Fancher to testify. Under cross-examination, both detectives said they had monitored phone calls between Miller and Carlos Blakely, in which Miller claimed she was in possession of Blakely's phone. Blakely is the alleged getaway driver in the Joey Perry murder case. Detectives executed a search warrant at Miller's mother's home, later amending it to include her grandmother's residence. In Miller's room, officers located a T-Mobile phone believed to belong to Blakely. However, the defense argued the phone contained no evidence, did not belong to any suspect, and was actually owned by a family member. Defense counsel requested Miller's release on her own recognizance or house arrest, describing her as a child who made a stupid decision and noting she has ADHD and bipolar disorder. The district attorney opposed the request, citing a circulating video allegedly showing Miller rapping about Perry's death while holding a firearm and using explicit language. Judge Foley denied the defense request, keeping bail set at a $100,000 bond or $50,000 cash. The preliminary hearing was continued to August 20th at 10 a.m.
And what started as a routine traffic stop early Tuesday morning quickly escalated, ending with 3 people behind bars on a list of drug-related charges. News 25's Rory Rosell has the story.
A routine traffic stop early Tuesday morning, August 12th, ended with 3 people in custody on multiple drug-related charges, according to the Nye County Sheriff's Office. Around 2 a.m. on August 12th, a deputy spotted a 1994 GMC pickup truck traveling east on Gamebird Road with several equipment violations, including a cracked windshield, a missing mirror, damaged license plates, and the driver discarded a cigarette out the window. The vehicle was pulled over near Blagg Road. The driver, identified as Sarah Politz, had 2 passengers, Daja English in the middle seat and Dominic Coco in the front passenger seat. Deputies say all three have had previous arrests with drug-related offenses. A records check revealed that English had an active warrant out for her arrest through the Pahrump Justice Court for failure to appear on a traffic citation. She was placed under arrest. Canine Apollo was brought in and alerted for possible narcotics inside the vehicle. Deputies searched the trunk and found methamphetamine, crack cocaine, and numerous cut plastic straws, aluminum foil with burn marks, and multiple small bags labeled with prescription drug medication, Suboxone strips, and other commonly used items associated with drug distribution. Based on the amount and packaging, deputies determined that Coca was the one intended to sell the narcotics. Sarah Politz is facing a charge of possession of narcotics paraphernalia. Deja English is facing charges of transporting a scheduled substance, possession of a scheduled substance, possessing a dangerous drug without a prescription, possessing drug paraphernalia, and failure to appear. Dominic Coco is facing charges of transporting a scheduled substance, possession of a scheduled substance, possession to sell a scheduled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and destroying or concealing evidence. All three were booked into the Nye County Detention Center.
More news now. A Nevada state trooper is now recovering after being injured in an overnight hit and run on Interstate 15. News 25 has the details.
A Nevada state trooper is now recovering after being injured in an overnight hit-and-run accident on the Interstate 15. The incident happened just before 11:45 p.m. on Tuesday night near the 215 exit. Nevada State Police say the trooper was on scene investigating a two-vehicle accident when a driver heading southbound ignored traffic control devices and struck the highway patrol vehicle before fleeing. The trooper, who was inside of the patrol car at the time, was taken to a Las Vegas hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Authorities confirmed on Wednesday morning that he was treated for minor injuries, released, and is expected to return to duty this week. The driver who fled the scene was later located and arrested on suspicion of DUI.
More news, sports, and your weather forecast all coming up. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Over the past 2 months, there have been several deaths at Nevada State prisons, and Jillian Bayer has more.
Over the past 2 months, a series of inmate deaths have rocked correctional institutions across southern Nevada, raising alarms within the Nevada Department of Corrections. The deaths occurring between mid-July and early August have led officials to take immediate action to address potential systematic issues within the prison system. The string of deaths began at High Desert State Prison with the death of 35-year-old Jacob Herman on July 16th. He was followed by 34-year-old Jordan Canterbury, who died on July 26th, and 18-year-old Demero Wallace, who was found deceased on August 6th. Most recently, on August 11th, 35-year-old Ryan Warren Hunt was found dead at Southern Desert Correctional Center. Investigators have reported that the inmates were housed in separate areas and had no known connections to each other. However, preliminary findings suggest that drug-related deaths may have been an exacerbating factor in some of the cases. In response to NDOC is ramping up internal surveillance and shifting staffing operations to limit the number of inmates allowed outside their cells at any given time. The goal is to curb opportunities for violence and better monitor inmate activity. The recent deaths remain under investigation and no further information has been released at this time.
Big news today, Formula One will race in Las Vegas until at least 2027. Mikey has that and more, all in sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The Las Vegas Aviators back home at LV Ballpark, welcoming the Tacoma Rainiers on Tuesday night. They edged them out 7-6. Rematch this evening for Bark at the Burn. First pitch 7:05. The Las Vegas Aces welcome the New York Liberty for the first time this season this evening. The Summerlin South Little League team is headed to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, after an undefeated run through the Mountain region. That kicks off today. Formula One will race in Las Vegas till at least 2027 after the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority agreed to extend its sponsorship agreement. And check out this triple play from last night's LA Angels 7-6 win over the LA Dodgers on Tuesday night.
Full Shohei experience, at least for half the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lined up the middle. Neto's got it. Steps on second. Throw to first. It's a triple play.
Whoa! A pitcher's best friend.
Shohei hits into a triple play to win the inning. And rushing is slow to get up at first.
Yeah, I hope he's okay.
And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Okay, an update to the Little League World Series. Summerlin South won their game today 16-1, and they'll play again on Friday. Well, election season is quickly approaching, and Nevada Attorney General Aaron Ford has announced that he will run for Nevada governor. Here's a look at why he says you should vote for him.
Every morning, all across Nevada, folks wake up and do their best. Raising kids, looking after aging parents, clocking in early to keep the lights on and to stay afloat. The neighborhoods I come from were tough. My parents worked several jobs, but they struggled. Sometimes dinner was a stale candy bar. But I never stopped believing that I could write a different story for my life. Even as a single dad working my way through college. I went on to earn 5 college degrees, including a PhD, and I became a public school math teacher. Fell in love with my rock, Berna. We built a life here in Nevada, raising 4 boys. But I couldn't build a life for myself without building opportunities for others. So I decided to give back through service. As your Attorney General, I know who I work for, the entire Nevada family. I've taken on big drug companies jacking up prices. I fought corporate price gouging and protected families getting priced out of their neighborhoods. I've worked with law enforcement to protect our communities, battled fentanyl smuggled across our borders, and protected the rights of women to have access to an abortion. And yes, I've taken on Donald Trump's attempts to dismantle our democracy. I've taken him to court over and over again, and we keep winning. While I'm doing that work, Governor Joe Lombardo stands shoulder to shoulder with Donald Trump as he dismantles education, guts Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act, tanks the economy, and creates chaos that's hitting Nevadans hard. Lombardo said Nevadans need to feel a little pain. Well, we're feeling it. Our unemployment rate is the highest in the nation. Our classrooms are among the most crowded and worst funded. Our healthcare costs are rising faster here than anywhere in the nation, and there's no real plan to fix any of it. We don't need more pain. We need leadership. We need a governor who knows what it's like to fight for a better future. That's why I'm running for governor. It's time to move forward towards a Nevada where housing is attainable for everyone, to move forward to affordable insurance and prescription drugs, to move forward with good jobs that pay enough to live, and schools that are equipped to help kids get ahead. I won't be perfect, never have been, but I've always been a fighter, and I'll never forget who I'm fighting for. So let's move forward toward a new dawn where every Nevadan in every neighborhood matters. That's the right way ahead. Forward. Join me.
Coming up, we're going to let you know all about the new digital toolkit to boost parent engagement here in Nye County for the school system. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. On this Wednesday, I'm Chris Palermo. Nye County schools are rolling out a new digital toolkit to boost parent engagement, from real-time messaging to bus tracking. The platform aims to make staying connected easier than ever.
The toolkit features Infinite Campus, Parent Portal, a direct line to your child's academic progress, where you can check grades, attendance, assignments, and download report cards. Texting with the school and teacher with EDU rooms and the NCSD app, the district's hub for news, emergency updates, and direct parent-teacher chat. A major highlight is that all NCSD schools will now accept absence excuses through EDU rooms, allowing parents to notify the school with a few taps and even attach photos of doctor's notes. Stop Finder is another feature, a real-time bus tracking app currently available in Pahrump, so parents can monitor their child's bus location. My School Bucks, a convenient, secure way to pay for school fees and activities online with a credit card. Connecting to the new EDU rooms feature is simple. Parents can download the Nye County School District app, select the Rooms option, and log in using the cell phone number on file with the school in Infinite Campus. This allows for secure text-like messaging with teachers about classroom activities, events, and student progress. Students' families are encouraged to check out the new Parent Digital Toolkit website at nye.k12.nv.us/page/parent-toolkit. To learn more about each of the available apps, download them and begin connecting with their child's school. All apps can be downloaded through the Apple and Google Play stores.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
That's the Lerner and Rowe WeatherCam in Pahrump, and we do have a heat warning until 8 p.m. tonight. Things are changing. We're getting a little bit of a cool down. We are looking at the 90s later this week. I'm not talking about AOL dial-up. The forecast is coming up.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Good evening, Nevada. My name is Rory Rosell, coming to you from the Channel 25 Weather Studios and taking a look at Nevada right now. Up in northern Nevada, Fernley is looking at 100 degrees, 101 in Fallon. Carson City and Tonopah are both sitting at 94 degrees, 95 in Goldfield. Beatty's at 104, Amargosa is at 110. Las Vegas is 1 degree lower at 109, and Death Valley is at 121 today. But here in the beautiful paradise of Pahrump, it's currently 105. The high today was 106. With sunny skies, the wind was blowing south-southwest at 13 miles per hour. Humidity 9% today, and the sun rose this morning at 6:01 and will be setting tonight at 7:35 p.m. The humidity raises up to 15%, and the wind continues to blow southeast at 11 miles per hour. The low tonight is going to be 76 degrees. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast we are seeing. Tomorrow on Thursday, it will be 104 degrees, 101 on Friday, 98 on Saturday, 99 on Sunday, back up into the triple digits at 100 on Monday, 103 on Tuesday, and then up to 106 next Wednesday. That is going to be it. Happy birthday, Mom. Back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you, Miss Rosell. That's looking pretty good. And a public service announcement here. If you noticed, you see some of the wild horses running around the region. Tomorrow at noontime, the Dry Creek Saloon right here in Pahrump, they're having a meet and greet, and they're looking for volunteers for Southwestern Wild. So if you have interest in taking care of the wild horses around here, tell them KPVM TV sent you. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight at News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Make it a great night.